What's good everyone, Shurit here. So today I'm bringing you guys another top 10 and we're doing the top 10 fan favourite decks of all time. Now there are of course a lot of decks in Yu-Gi-Oh, but only some of them manage to be fan favourites. Whether that's due to playstyle or due to the anime, there are a lot of different reasons as to why people like playing certain decks and why certain decks are more popular than others. So let's get straight into the list. So at the number 10 spot we have Fluffals. Now Fluffals are an absolutely amazing deck. Unfortunately they're not as good as they are right now because of link format as they were before, but right now you can still play them, but we really have to wait for that patchwork. Once Konami give us patchwork, then Fluffals are going to be a lot more fun, let's put it like that. But since Fluffals came out, I think in New Challengers or Duelist Alliance, up until link format, I've saw so many Fluffal players. DZeef is known for Fluffals, of course. Fluffals was such a fun deck, being able to special summon your Sabertooths, easily get your monsters back from the graveyard. It was such a good combo deck, and I think that's why people loved it so much. A, you had Sora from the anime who used to play it, and then B, you of course had the fact that it was such an aggressive deck, and I think that's why a lot of people tend to like decks over other decks, because they're more aggressive. For example, Fluffals are super aggressive, but then True Draco, they can be aggressive, but then at the same time they're a bit more of a defensive deck. So that's why people would prefer maybe to play Fluffals over True Draco, because Fluffals are a lot more fun. Even though some people can argue it's glass cannon, fan favorite decks don't have to be competitive. Let's put that straight right now. And then for the number 9 spot we have a deck that just won't die. That is Pendulum Magicians. I saw the new list, you guys saw the new list. Most people thought Pendulum Magicians are dead, nothing's going to happen with them. But of course they went and got 17 out of 32 top spots in YCS Atlanta. So I don't know how that happened, but looks like the Supreme Kings are a little bit better than we expected. But seriously, Pendulum Magicians, they were originally released around the Master Pendulum structure deck, and back then even a lot of people used to play it. I remember Yugi Nono saying that that was his favourite deck. He topped with that deck, and that's the same when Pepe were around. There were the same Pendulum Magician cards placed in Pepe, of course. Pendulum Magicians are just such a fun deck because obviously the Pendulum mechanic, one of the most fun mechanics overall, because of how many monsters you can easily get on the board. And now people have Metalful's Electromite obviously, making sure that even though Skullcrobat Joker got banned, Electromite still allows Pendulum Magicians to combo off. So Pendulum Magicians, you're going to see them for a while now. I have a feeling that on the next list Konami is going to kill them like they did with Zoo, but enjoy Pendulum Magicians for now, because once Konami drop that list, I guarantee you no Pendulum Magician players are going to be seen anywhere. So next up for the number 8 spot we have another deck that relates to Yugi Nono. We have Cyber Dragons. Now Cyber Dragons, I think the main reason why these are fan favourite deck is because of the anime Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Zane was obviously, or Zane, or I can't remember his actual name from the Japanese, but most people know him as Zane. Zane was such a cool character in the GX anime. You saw him obviously beat Jaden, which was surprising because obviously Jaden was the main character. Main character has to win every duel, and I think that's really what made a lot of people like Cyber Dragons. They saw them as like a cool deck, or they're better than Heroes. It was kind of like Cyber Dragons versus Heroes, and it was just like a lot of people went towards Heroes, of course, because of the main character, but then Cyber Dragons didn't get left behind. A lot of people did like Cyber Dragons. I'll actually let you guys know something. Cyber Dragons were one of my first decks. I remember messing around with Chimera Tech, messing around with Cyber End Dragon. It's just so fun. Power Bond as well. Power Bond is such an amazing card. It's kind of, Cyber Dragons is like the kind of high risk, high reward type deck, and I think that's really what makes people like them. So you have the fact that Zane from the anime played them, and then of course you have the high risk, high reward type thing in them. So that's it for the number 8 spot. Moving on to the number 7 spot, we have Burning Abyss. So talking about decks that never die, we have BA. We've obviously got the new BA Link monster, which is alright. Farfa obviously based his whole channel right now off Burning Abyss. Farfa is obviously a really good card as well. Burning Abyss have so many good cards there. You have Farfa for banishing stuff, you have Seer, you have Graph, easy searching. They're just such a kind of versatile deck. You can throw in so much. They had so much good support when they came out. I remember back in Necros format, so many people used to play Burning Abyss, because obviously people love that Xyz mechanic, people love milling. It kind of was like the better version of Lightsworn at the time, because Dante is such a good card, and Dante still remains as one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually. just the mill free thing, and the fact that he dodged the ban list so much, like one card dodging the ban list so many times is absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't watched my dodge Dante dodge video, I recommend you watch it, because I guarantee you guys can relate to that pretty well. So next up for the number 6 spot, we have a Galactic God favourite, and that is Synchrons. Now Synchrons, the main reason why these were popular, of course, is the anime. Yusei was probably one of the best main characters. You had Yugi, and then you kind of had Jaden, which was kind of more the like the mess around type, like the kid type, and then you had Yusei, who was a bit more serious. I think a lot of people did kind of connect with Yusei and really did like his deck. Synchrons are obviously a fun deck. Right now not doing so good because of the link rules. Hopefully when Crystron Needle Fiber comes out, we'll see more Synchrons, because who doesn't love seeing a normal summon for Junk Synchron, bring back a monster, make a Excel Synchron, and then make Formula Synchron, summon your Shooting Quasar Dragon. Everybody loves seeing that play. Like, even if a Shooting Quasar Dragon's against you, you can't exactly be angry, because Shooting Quasar Dragon is so fun. And obviously cards like Shooting Quasar Dragon are all kind of like in the shadow of Crystal Wing nowadays, because Crystal Wing's so easy to summon. But I really hope that one day Synchrons will come out of the dust and show Crystal Wing who's the original, because Shooting Quasar Dragon, I don't care if I summon him, if somebody else summons him, that is, I have this instant level of respect where Shooting Quasar Dragon, I love that card, and I think that's why so many people enjoyed playing them. There were so many different combos you could go through, and being able to summon Stardust. Stardust is another iconic card in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's why a lot of people like Synchrons. It's just overall really fun to play the Synchron deck. Obviously because of Yusei and because of it being fun, I'm not surprised that so many people played it, and I'm not surprised it became a fan favourite deck. Now next up for the number 5 spot, we have maybe a more controversial choice, and that is Exodia. Now Exodia, there is a lot of trolls out there. Everybody loves trolling people. You can't say, oh, I'm so pure, I've never played Exodia before, because you're lying. I do not believe anybody. If you guys tell me in the comment section, oh, I never played Exodia before, I do not believe you at all, because everybody's played Exodia. I've played Exodia before so many times on Dueling Network. I remember the good old days of Level Limit Area B, stalling out to draw your Exodia. That was super fun. You can't really do that anymore. That was more a few years ago. Even a few years ago it was a bit hard, never mind now. But Exodia, everybody's played it. It's just, it was in the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that's why, I think everybody, when you ask somebody what do you remember about Yu-Gi-Oh!, the Blue Eyes will come to their mind, Dark Magician will come to their mind, but Exodia will come to their mind as well, because who doesn't remember Yugi going, Exodia, obliterate? That is absolutely amazing. When I saw the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! That was so hype, and that's why I think a lot of people just wanted to do the same thing. Even today when I play Exodia, I have to say Exodia, obliterate. It's kind of like mandatory to say that, because that's how you have to play Exodia, because that's how they did it in the anime. It's like, even if you don't really like the anime and you're not this weeb type who likes shouting out stuff on the anime, when you summon Exodia, you have to do the Exodia, obliterate. So for the number 4 spot, just mentioned it before, but we have the deck that won 2016 Worlds, I believe, by Shunsuke. We have Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes, you guys probably aren't surprised this is on the list. I probably will even put Blue Eyes in the thumbnail, because Blue Eyes White Dragon, possibly the most iconic card in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Who doesn't remember Kaiba summoning it? Who doesn't remember Kaiba's fetishes over his Blue Eyes White Dragon? I love Blue Eyes White Dragon. Overall, obviously, my favourite card is myself, because I'm a self-loving muppet. But Blue Eyes will come second. Blue Eyes are absolutely amazing. I really love the deck. Today, up to this day, I will still play it. As you guys saw in my Let's Play Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon video, I still do play the Blue Eyes deck. DZ, if I don't care what you say, Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon is the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh! But Blue Eyes White Dragon, the deck is just absolutely amazing. Alternative Dragon, Chaos Max Dragon, the Spirit Dragon, is just... Originally, what people used to play Blue Eyes because of the Sato Kaiba starter deck. It's just throughout all these years, it's been picked up again and again. Konami keep on giving it support because they know a lot of people love Blue Eyes. And the amount of Blue Eyes players you play daily, if you just sit on YGO Pro for a couple of hours, I guarantee you'll bump into a couple of Blue Eyes players, because everybody loves Blue Eyes. Next up, for the number 3 spot, we have another deck that relates to Yu-Gi-Oh! No, and that is GOAT. Now Go, I was thinking an OG kind of deck needs to be on this list, and I remembered, oh yeah, Go, a lot of people do like Go, and I think what a lot of people liked about Go is it's still old, it's still a slow kind of deck, but at the same time it's kind of clever as well. So you know how with Zoo you had to be clever, you had to know how to play the deck. I know that is kind of debatable, a lot of people say it's autopilot, but when you had the Zoo mirror matches, it was kind of competitive. You did have to get your head in there and be clever and play strategically, and that's what I think Go really did properly. It was a slow deck, you had a lot of turns, it was kind of back and forth, but it was strategic, and I think that's what really made GOAT click with a lot of people, because you had like long duels. It was like kind of like the anime where the duels are long, but it's just back and forth. Back and forth is probably the funnest thing you can experience in Yu-Gi-Oh! If a deck allows you to do that. So like nowadays you have like Spiral mirror matches and Pendulum Magician mirror matches, they're too fast, but with GOAT it's strategic, it's slow, and I think that's why a lot of people do love it. And for the number 2 spot, we have something that relates to my video yesterday, and we have Elemental Heroes. Now I'll put Stratos up there just to make everybody salty. Elemental Heroes, they've been played ever since because of Jaden in the anime, ever since GX. Even now people will still play Dark Lore and stuff. I've seen it in and out formats. It comes and goes all the time. Obviously you had that Stratos era where you were playing Destiny Heroes with it, and you were playing Teledad. Elemental Heroes, they were involved in Teledad, of course, but Elemental Heroes as a pure deck, you'll see a lot of people will still even play like stuff like Clayman and Sparkman. I don't know why. Like I've run into Clayman and Sparkman before, and Spark Blaster, and it's just funny just seeing people play. You know that they're probably kids who watch the anime, but seriously, Elemental Heroes, it's unarguable that Elemental Heroes are one of the most fan favorite decks of all time, because so many people play it. They're so popular. To this day, the card that is probably most wanted off the list is Elemental Hero Stratos, probably because people want to abuse him, but I don't know. He's semi-limited in the OCG and he's not doing much, so I think it is okay if Stratos comes back. But let's not go off on a tangent about Stratos coming back, because I could talk about that for hours. Let's put it like that. So for the one and only, for the number 1 spot, we have Lightsworn. Now you're probably thinking, oh, I didn't expect that. Well, Lightsworn are a deck that, they are the definition of the deck that will never die. The deck has gone on for so long. Yes, it does change, you get zombies in there, you get other stuff in there, but at the end of the day, you've still got that Judgment Dragon. And Judgment Dragon, I think Lightsworn, I put Lightsworn at the top of my list because it definitely is the deck I see the most. It is one of the most popular decks, and definitely a fan favorite deck. The amount, like Asian Eyes for example, you'll see Asian Eyes old videos on Lightsworn, you'll see the views on that. I've seen the views on that. It is absolutely amazing how many views that them videos get, and I think it's because Lightsworn is such a fun deck to watch, such a fun deck to play. Like the feeling of summoning Judgment Dragon, it never gets old. Judgment Dragon is such a strong card, blowing up all the field for literally free, because getting 4 Lightsworns in the graveyard is literally nothing. You saw it when Grass came back to free. My favourite deck was actually Invoked Lightsworn. I used to play that all the time until Grass got limited. Hashtag bring Grass back to free if you've watched this far. But yeah, Lightsworns, if you guys don't agree with me, please do tell me in the comment section, but I think Lightsworns definitely deserve the top spot on this list because of how popular they were and how long they've lasted. And it's not just because they're good, that's why they've lasted so long. It's not because of how good they are. I think it's because people don't want Lightsworn to die. You have this kind of feeling inside you where you're like, oh look, Charge came back to free, oh look, this card came back to free, we can play Lightsworn. Lightsworn comes to your mind instantly when you look at the list, think, oh, what can I play in Lightsworn now? There's so many different variants of it, and I think that's why it definitely deserves the top spot on this list. So that's been it for my top 10 fan favourite decks of all time. If you guys think I missed any decks out, or if you guys want to change up my list a bit, please post your list down in the comment section. I will definitely read every comment because I'm super sad. This has been Shurit. Peace.